Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be cooking a traditional and hopefully delicious bolognese sauce in preparation for an up and coming camping trip that we're going on this weekend. So normally I'll cook this bolognese sauce on the campsite itself on our Cadac BBQ, but I've found in the past that it can take a long time, and on a campsite that means using up a lot of gas. So what we tend to do is we prepare the bolognese sauce at home where I have full use of a kitchen, and then I take the bolognese sauce in a Tupperware or a Ziploc to the campsite, and all I have to do then is stick it on a hob, heat it through, add some milk, make the consistency right, and then serve it up to the kids. And believe you me, the kids absolutely love it. So without further ado, I'll have a sip of wine. I'll say cheers, and let's get cracking. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is obviously get a pot, stick it on a pan and turn the heat on. Put a big, decent, healthy amount of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil in the bottom of your pan, and just start heating that through. Now the first thing we want to put in this pot, once the oil is starting to get to temperature, is the diced onions. Now we want to keep them in a pan and just sort of brown them off for 3, 4, 5 minutes. And only then should we then put the carrot and celery into the pan. Okay, you can see now the onions are starting to brown up nicely and caramelize. So we are ready for the carrots and the celery. What we want to do is just want to cook this off for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes, something like that. And only then should we add a little glug of wine. It's coming together nicely. Now, don't worry about the size of the carrots or the celery, because we are going to be cooking this bolognese for 3, 4, maybe even 5 hours. And cooking it for that long will basically make all of the celery and carrots dissolve into the sauce itself. So yeah, you're probably looking at those carrots and thinking they're too big, but I've got kids, they're not particularly picky eaters, but if I put a carrot in a bolognese of that size, they wouldn't eat it. So yeah, don't worry, 4 hours, 5 hours, they will disappear. Now on the ingredients, I say 1/2 of a glass of wine. This is definitely 1 glass, so I'm going to be drinking most of this before it goes in. Amazing. Okay, now you can put half, let's say 1/4 of the glass of wine in, because we want to save a little bit for later. So that will do. Now don't worry, this is going to taste like booze or anything like that. What we're now doing is we're cooking away all of the alcohol. 1, maybe 2 minutes. And what it will do is just give the flavour a good injection in the butt. So yeah, we're going to get all of the flavour and a depth of flavour from that red wine, but we won't have the alcohol, because all of this is coming off now, all of this steam and what have you. That is the alcohol and moisture is coming out of it. So don't worry, this will be kid friendly. Great, so all the booze is kind of cooked off now. I mean, the smell that's coming off this is just crazy. It's really, really nice. Ready for some mince. So like I said, this is 60% beef, 40% pork. You watch a lot of videos and they'll say different ratios. Some will say add veal, but this is, kind of a cheap option. But yeah, always add some pork because it just gives you better flavour. So stick it all in. That's 500 grams in total, by the way. And whilst it's cooking, you want to just break it up. but you don't want big chunks of mince. So get it all in there, cook it off, and in a couple of minutes it'll start going brown. So you can see the cooking this mince has released a whole bunch of liquids at the bottom of the pan, or juices. So we're just going to cook that off. Make sure all the mince is browned off nicely. Well, not even browned off, just not pink, so get all of the juices gone. And then what we'll do, we'll have another glove of wine into it, cook off the booze, and then we'll think about adding some tomato puree, some passata, and chopped tomatoes. Yeah, all coming together nicely. So a lot of the juices that have been released from this mince have been cooked off now. A little bit left. Might give it another minute. Then what I'll do, I'll add another quarter of a glass of wine that I've got to the side here, and cook off the booze, and then we're ready for the tomatoes. So that is looking fantastic. It smells amazing. Yeah, the whisk's done a fantastic job of this mince. Really good. Okay, and it's been about 2 minutes now, just cooking the booze off from that red wine, the last quarter glass that I've put in there. We're now ready to stick in the passata, first and foremost. So this was only 500 grams of mince, so I don't need a full litre of passata, so about half a litre here. Stick that in. We'll notice that this bolognese does not have garlic or any other herbs. Followed quite a few different techniques over the years. Some of them have garlic, but I find some of the traditional ingredients do not have garlic, nor do they have any herbs. So 400 grams chopped tomatoes, peeled chopped tomatoes. There we go. And then lastly, we put in our tomato puree. Happy days. Oh, already that smells so good. So what we're going to do, we're going to combine all of this for a minute or two, cook it down just a little bit. And then what we'll do, we're going to add about half a litre of boiling water. And we're going to keep adding, maybe 100, 200 mils of hot water over the next 4 to 5 hours, and just keep reducing it down, reducing it down, reducing it down. I won't put a lid on this pot. I'm just going to let all of the liquid sort of steam escape, and I'm going to replace it with more water. And over the next few hours, this is going to just, the flavors are just going to come together, and it's going to taste amazing. It already looks good. So when I cook bolognese for the kids, sometimes I'm not going up in 30 minutes, 40 minutes, which is a massive shortcut, and it just does not taste nearly as good as when you take your time, don't take those shortcuts and spend hours and hours and hours. I mean, it's super easy, right? So there's not many ingredients, stick it all in a pot, and you can kind of put it away and just forget about it for a few hours. But I've just turned the hob down a little bit, because what I want is just, I don't want it to go crazy and start bubbling away. I just want sort of just, a little bit less maybe. I just want it to simmer away, really. Oh man, that looks fantastic. Look at that. Okay, I have a little Pyrex here with 400 mil. it wasn't quite boiling water. I've got a hot tap, so it gets to about 98 degrees, but it's more or less boiling water. And there we have it. That's the first batch of water. And now I'm going to leave this to cook, simmering away with the lid off for an hour, maybe more. Then I'll add some more water. I'll let it simmer. I'll add some more water, let it simmer. And I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep repeating that for the next 4 hours. Okay, so this has been simmering now for about an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours. I've added some more water once, but it's coming together really nicely. So it's quite saucy in a minute, but 2 more hours of simmering and that should reduce down really well. That's good. That's good. Okay, we're just about 3 hours in. You can see it's coming together really, really nice. However, the liquids are on the low side. So I've just got this boiling mug, or mug of boiling water, should I say. Just put that in there. That'll see us good until, well, at least an hour, hopefully. Okay, this is hour 4. That looks amazing. So I was going to put it in Tupperware or a Ziploc, take it to the campsite with me, and I am going to still do that. However, the kids have just come home. They love the smell of it. So we're going to have some bolognese now and take the leftovers to the campsite. So what I'll do, I will put my mug of milk in here. There we go. And like I say, it's already been 4 hours. So I'm just going to stir that in. I'm going to let that cook now for, say, another 30 minutes or so. Let that all thicken up. And then I'll stick some pasta on. Brought a big pot of water to the boil. Just going to season it with some rock salt. There we go. Now I will add some tagliatelle. That's it, so I'll give that like 10 minutes. Hopefully that will get it to al dente. And then what I'll do, I'll bring a frying pan to heat and then we'll bring it all together. Okay, pasta is done. So what I'm going to do, just going to save a little bit of the pasta water. Oh, I'm on that with it. And what I'll do, I'll just strain off the pasta over here. So I'm just going to heat up this pan here. Not too hot, medium heat. I'm going to add a little bit of our pasta sauce to the bottom of the pan. Then I'm going to stick my tagliatelle on top. Do you know what? Let's do it that way. We don't use spaghetti. I do use spaghetti. We do use spaghetti in this house. I'm not for this video. Apparently spaghetti is not the best pasta for bolognese. Tagliatelle is one of the better ones. So there we go, stick another little bit on top. Add some pasta water, not too much, just enough to bring it together. And we just fold it all in, like so. Oh man, that looks good. We are done. And there we have it. Beautiful, traditional, delicious bolognese with tagliatelle, some Parmesan on top. Perfect. Well worth it. I took 5 hours from start to finish. Oh, it's so good. Don't put garlic in it. No need to put any spices in it. Check the description. I'm referencing Vincenzo's plate because his recipe is fantastic. Traditional, it's authentic. Like I say, it's delicious. Thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna pack this bolognese up in a Tupperware and take it to the campsite. See you later.